You are knowledgeable of the science of medicine, but there is also the art, the skill of execution of your knowledge. The greater your creativity in exercising that knowledge, then you become a skilled artist at your craft. So you're not only involved in the science of medicine, you are involved in the art of healing. Now, this world, however, is a world that has been more physical than spiritual. And it has not yet learned how to link the spiritual with the physical. So as you become a scientist and skilled at healing the physical, what is the standard by which you measure the health of the person spiritually, morally, and mentally? Now, you know the criterion for the physical body, but what is the criterion for the spiritual, the mental? That is not taught. But the
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the How to Save Lives broadcast. We have a special guest, but I'd like to start in the name of God, the beneficent, the merciful. Today, we will be discussing, are your household products poisoning you? Find out how to avoid the effects of household cleaning products. So, before we get started, I'd like to read the bio of our very special guest. We have Sister Lakaya Muhammad. One second, let me get her bio for you. Okay. And I hope she can hear me. Okay, Sister Lakaya Muhammad. Lakaya Muhammad is a proud Muslim woman and devoted member of the Nation of Islam. She is a mother, Reiki master, and the owner of Little Miss Earthly, a holistic, non-toxic cleaning brand dedicated to promoting wellness and conscious living. A lover and protector of children, Lakaya is deeply committed to nurturing the next generation with faith, balance, and love. As a teacher and helper to the poor and oppressed, she embodies compassion, courage, and community, uplifting others, service, spiritual awareness, and holistic practices that heal both people and the planet. Let us welcome our special guest of Little Miss Earthly Products, Sister Lakaya Muhammad. Walaikum salam. Thank you for joining us. See, we had some technical difficulties in the production room, and we are good to go now. So, Sister Lakaya Muhammad, we are so happy to have you as a special guest on the How to Save Lives broadcast. And I would like you to, I read your bio, so I'd like you to just open up and tell us a little bit about the inspiration of how you designed and developed and created such a wonderful natural product line.
Yes, ma'am. So first, I would like to start in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I bear witness that there is no God except Allah and that Muhammad is his messenger. I'm so honored to be here. I'm nervous, so please forgive me.
No
I had
need. We're all family here.
praise Allah, and I had a little stage fright just with it being such a significant day in the Nation of Islam. So it is our holy day of atonement. Um, So it is an honor to be here. So how did Little Miss Earthly come about? So Little Miss Earthly is 9 years old by the grace of Allah. And it came about through a prayer. So I really give all the credit to God for giving me the creative expression. And I didn't know at the time the sources he pulled from to give me the inspiration, but it unfolded as time went on. So it really started with the prayer of helping me to steal away from my job at that time. I was a daycare director and I was working 60 hours a week, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. as a wife and mother of two at that time. And so the job was so stressful and it was such a long job. Like I'm waking up in the morning before it's light outside and I'm coming home from work and it's dark outside. So I really wanted um, something for myself that was unique that could take me from such a demanding job so that I could pour my time back into my family. So it started with a prayer. And in conversation, I was speaking with the sister about cleaning products. And as Allah is my witness, it was an epiphany like, this is unique, this is something. So as I continued to meditate on it and develop it, the launch didn't happen right away. I ended up putting in my notice maybe 3 months after developing the formula. But the inspiration behind it, and this is what I mean when I say that Allah pulls strings. So my grandmother, may Allah be pleased with her, was a very, very, very clean woman. And being at her home, I equated the cleanliness to safety um, because everything was in order, everything had a place, and uh, you could just tell that she kept a good home. My grandmother passed in 2009 from lung cancer. Now, while there were some other circumstances that aided into it, when you come into the knowledge of all of these poisons and toxins, I learned that commercial household cleaners really aid in respiratory issues and breaking down the lungs, right? So the correlation in coming up with the name, I originally wanted to honor my grandmother, who was Ladybug. Her name was, people called her Bug for short. It was Renee, but we called her Ladybug or Bug. And so it just, I couldn't find the ring to it. So I had to pray for the name after the formula. And so God gave me Earthly Clean, a
Yes.
cleaner close to nature,
Yes.
made from nature, and good for you. And so that's the gist of how Earthly Clean came about. So I move with my grandmother's spirit in mind, especially with her standard of cleanliness. It really set the standard for me and it set the standard for my life. And I think that becoming a parent, once you see your loved ones go away because of all of these ailments, and you learn how preventable they are, then just the yearning and the desire to produce something that I could keep my family safe with while cleanliness is important to me. And I can keep my children safe, and then they could have the wholesome environment of cleanliness and not be cleaning as an oxymoron, right? Because I
Right.
thought my grandma's house was clean, but
Right.
she used bleach religiously. She used some other name brand household products religiously. And that is what kept her house to her standard. And of course, she did not know the impact that it would have on her health in long term.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, thank you so much for that. And a such a beautiful, well needed product was developed from such a uh, it's like a bittersweet type
For
of
sure.
development. You know, you developed such a much needed, beautiful product but it kind of came at the expense of someone whom you loved passes away. And I would say, based upon the research that I've done on the cleaners, I would say that bleach in particular does carry a carcinogenic property with the lungs. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that could have been, if not a major contributor. Was she a smoker?
She was.
Okay. So it was a co-contributor to her already being a smoker. So it just potentially potentiated the effects of her cleaning products. And I'll get into those, some of those substances and chemicals that are commonly in our cleaning products. Okay. So I did post for people to, the viewers, to please post their questions in the chat. And I'm just I post the comments from the viewing audience. Brother Grady Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum, happy Day of Atonement, happy wa alaikum salam, and happy Day of Atonement to you, Brother Grady, and all of those who are who have taken the time on such a day to listen to us for a little while, but just to bring health and healing to mind, because although we know we're in the spirit of the Day of Atonement, we know that our nation, that's a part of our nation, the development of our nation, the longevity of our nation, and we know that good health is a part of that picture and scenario also.
Absolutely.
We have another comment. Assalamu alaikum, family, number 24 from Richmond, Virginia. Wa alaikum salam,
Ma'am.
Sister Sabrina. Okay, so I'd like to ask if everyone would please post your questions, because we may, depending on the participation that we get, we may not be on for a full hour, but we'd like to be. We are open to be. We are here for you to answer questions. On our last broadcast, Sister Lakaya, I reserved the entire broadcast for people to ask questions, give me topics that they want to cover for the subsequent broadcasts. And there it was almost like crickets. I didn't get the participation that I thought I was going to get. I thought they were going to bombard me with questions and topics that they want to see and hear more about. And I didn't get much. I had to pull out a previous presentation on health, on medical, the medical establishment, how it got developed. And I thought that was a good foundation of information for how to save lives, giving people the foundation on how modern medicine was truly developed. So anyway, so I will, before I go to this presentation that I have, I'd like to know, is there anything else that you would like to impart at this time?
No, ma'am, you can go to the presentation.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so this is the presentation. And I'll, so are your household products poisoning you? Okay, so common cleaning products contain chemicals that may pose serious health risks to you and your family, as we just kind of summarized and mentioned about Sister Lakaya's grandmother. Cleaning religiously with bleach and actually passing away from lung cancer. Although she was a smoker, I would say strongly that I believe that her constant contact with the irritant of bleach, her respiratory tract, made a considerable contribution to her lung cancer diagnosis. What's really in your disinfectant wipes? So we know about the disinfectant wipes. We know about, bleach. We know the Clorox bleach, the Clorox wipes, the Lysol wipes. Now, those don't necessarily contain bleach, as they say, but they do contain a quaternary ammonium compound, and they are active ingredients along with water, hexoethanol for cleaning, grease, and fragrance. QAC, as we'll call them, their containing products have seen increased household use due to COVID, leading to higher exposure risks. This is so very important because we want to have a clean home, right? We want to have this clean home. Let me go back. But we think, and we have been raised to think, our households are not necessarily clean and disinfectant and free of germs or bacteria unless you have some strong chemical, some of which include bleach, to kill all the germs. And especially during COVID, they saw an exponential increase in revenue and products, of course, due to COVID-19. What are QACs? They're chemicals found in disinfectants, preservatives, and surfactants used in industrial, commercial, and household applications. Where are they found? Hospital-grade disinfectants, surgical sterilization compounds, laundry detergents, and water treatments. So they're found in the hospital, in surgical units, in laundry detergents, and water treatments. How they harm. QACs generate reactive oxygen species, ROS, and we know them as free radicals. They disrupt normal cellular function and cause oxidative stress. The environmental impact, look at this, 75% is in the water supply. QACs are released into water through wastewater treatment systems annually. Look at that. We have those QACs that are released into your water supply. Now, if you turn on your water, most of us in our, in the inner city, in the, city environment, when you turn on water, in your urban areas, have it to run, your cold water, have it to run for about 5 minutes before you use it. If it's been idle for more than 6 hours, when you come home, like if you leave for work and you come home, before you start using it profusely, run your water for about 5 minutes. You can start to smell the chlorine, because these plants, while we sleep, especially in Chicago, I know for a fact in Chicago, I got this from a city worker in Chicago with the water department. They open up, when they open up the, first of all, they dump chlorine and then they open that up. They open up the drains. That's what I want to say. And when you turn on your water, let it run, I can smell it immediately. I can start to smell it. But let it run through your pipes to clean your pipes, and then you can use it. Now, best case scenario, which I talked about actually last year quite a bit, was water filtration systems. It's really crucial that most of our households have at least one water filtration system somewhere, whether it's in your shower head, under the sink in your kitchen so that you have clean cooking water, water when you're washing and rinsing your vegetables. You're rinsing them with water that may not be as clean as you think it should be or you think it is. And you may add, and most people add, especially those that are watching this broadcast, they may add apple cider vinegar or just white vinegar. So that helps to clean it, but also it helps to offset a little bit of the toxicity component from water that has been treated with these QACs. Okay, so and then you have QACs that are released directly into the environment each year. So each year you have QACs that are released into the environment. QACs have been detected in, look, breast milk and blood samples, raising serious concerns about widespread contamination. Do you see that? Breast milk and blood samples. So what is that telling you? Our environment is toxic. There is such an environmental impact that this is raising concern, and it should.
Absolutely.
How QACs enter the body: through the skin and mucous membranes, absorbed through direct contact. Most of us, I know I haven't always used gloves. And even now I may take a wipe, but these are more environmental friendly wipes, like from Seventh Generation or, some of those companies. But still, we should use gloves because we see that these QACs can be absorbed by direct skin contact. And you wonder why the skin is irritated sometimes. And you may not link it to you just cleaned something about an hour ago, or you cleaned something a few hours ago and you get this little skin irritation and you're trying to figure this out. And it could possibly be just that contact that you had. And don't think because you've cleaned with it with bare hands before in the past, oh, I've done it all the time, so it shouldn't be that shouldn't be the component that causes that. Well, there is something called delayed hypersensitivity reaction.
Absolutely.
So there are times when you're exposed to something or something that you may have eaten or taken in, and you get a reaction. You're like, I ate that before. Why does this seem to be a problem? It's called delayed hypersensitivity reaction. That's the intelligence, the innate intelligence of the body saying, don't eat that anymore. It's something wrong with that. Okay. All right. The respiratory tract is how it enters the body also. It's inhaled during use. The gastrointestinal tract. So, of course, it's absorbed if ingested. So you can accidentally ingest this. And this is especially for children that do not have products that are placed safely out of their reach. And they get it and get exposed, and now you have a problem. You can have like perforation and ulceration of the esophagus and the stomach. That's the major concern. And you can, of course, cause other issues in the gastrointestinal tract. But once absorbed, QACs distribute throughout the body and accumulate in organs, including the liver, lungs, and kidneys. Health complications from QAC exposure: skin and eye damage with severe burns, persistent dermatitis. Dermatitis just means irritation of the skin. And ocular damage from the eyes from repeated exposures at high concentrations. So this is a high concentration just means, it doesn't mean a higher concentration than the store-bought cleaning products. It just means, well, it can mean that also. But for our purposes, it also means higher concentration with repeated exposure. So if you're doing repeated exposure, yes, you're going to get a higher concentration of that particular compound because you're using it more often. So it's like a cumulative effect, and you can start damaging the eyes. Now, the eyes naturally have your tears, your lubrication. That's part of the body's way of clearing something from the eyes, any foreign particle that gets in the eye. However, if you're repeatedly causing these cleaning compounds to, they're aerosolized, that can get exposure in the, to the eyes as you're cleaning, this can set up a problem with the eyes. Okay. Gastrointestinal distress. You can get severe dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea caused by QAC toxicity. And organ damage, acute liver injury, kidney failure, and respiratory complications in high-risk patients. Dish soap is another threat. Palmolive ingredients. Now, this goes for most dish soaps that are not like the more natural brands that you can get, 7th generation Ecos. Some of those may, in fact, have milder ingredients. Palmolive has sodium laureth sulfate, sodium dodasylbenzene sulfonate. Wow. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the other one. No, I'm just lauramidopropylene. There it is. Lauramidopropylene oxide. And of course, preservatives and fragrances. Okay, when they say preservatives or fragrances, what are those? Do you think that they're the nice natural preservatives and nice natural fragrances? I think not, because of all the 3 preceding ingredients that has gone into this dish soap. Toxic effects of common dish soap ingredients. So you have SLES, which we just saw. They were the 3 previous ones. You see, okay, so these are just the abbreviations for the 3 chemicals that we just saw. So the first one strips natural oils, causing dryness, redness, and irritation. May be contaminated with 1,4-dioxane, which is a potential carcinogen. Anytime you see something listed as a potential carcinogen, there has obviously been evidence or some research that has been implicated, that has implicated this particular chemical to cause cancer. So let's just say, for all intents and purposes, that this one has a potential to cause cancer. Okay, period. The second one causes skin, eye, and respiratory irritation. Contact can lead to burns and permanent eye damage. Okay, talk about toxic. And the third one, severe eye irritation with risk of blindness. Skin contact causes dermatitis and harmful if swallowed. Protect yourself. These are some safety precautions. Follow the manufacturer's instructions by reading your labels carefully and use proper dilution amounts. Now, how many people say, no, more is better? So you use more of the cleaning and a little bit of dilution because you want that safe cleaning effect. But their instructions, they're telling you, you need to follow the proper dilution, because if you don't, the harmful effects are going to be exponentially greater. Okay. Use protective equipment. Wear gloves, safety goggles, and respirators as needed. So the respirators, of course, are in the commercial setting. Ensure proper ventilation. Use products in well-ventilated areas to minimize inhalation. How many of us clean with the windows down? All the time. So that's circulating in your household. It's circulating, 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 circulating in the household until you open a window or open a door. So very, very, very important. Please, please, please. I know that for us in the North in particular, but crack that window. It doesn't matter. Crack a window. Open a window while you're cleaning with those products. If you just, can't choose to clean with another one until we have a surprise for you, but clean with those products with the windows open. Store them safely. Keep chemicals in original containers away from children and pets. Many people mix chemicals in in different containers. I'm going to pour this in here and I'm going to add this. No, those containers are designed to carry those chemicals in a safe manner. So very important to keep those chemicals in the original containers, and do not continue to fill and refill those containers. Let's see. Well, in this instance, I'm thinking about something. Sometimes we fill and refill things that we take in those plastics that we drink. Like we'll keep refilling plastic waters and, water in the plastic, and putting food in plastic, just refilling. That is dangerous because it allows those plastics, especially when you heat them, to be absorbed in the food. So that's, don't continue to reuse those. And again, there are some original containers from these chemicals that you probably shouldn't refill either. On the bottom, there is that little, like a rectangle. And in that rectangle, I was told, is the number of times that you can refill that container. So if it has a 1 or a 2 or a 3, I very rarely have seen 3s, but if so, that's the maximum amount of times you can refill that container. Okay. Never mix products. Avoid mixing different different cleaning agents, especially bleach and the QACs, to prevent toxic fumes. Okay. Think before you clean. The products you trust to keep your home safe may be putting your health at risk. Read labels, use protection, and consider safe alternatives. Toxic and lethal doses have yet to be established in humans, but adverse and even fatal effects have been documented. Okay. So now with that, Sister Lakaya, I'm going to just show the products that our sister has designed and developed for us, for our communities, for our health and safety. Let's show this one first. This one is, and I'll put that on like let's do this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do this. Okay. So this one is which one is that, Sister Lakaya? I'll let you tell us.
So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So that one is the Little Miss Earthly plant-based insect repellent.
Okay.
And so that one is a 3-in-1. So I want to say this, that each product is designed with science. I learned in the Nation of Islam in particular, in the book, How to Eat to Live, that God put everything on earth that we needed for our survival. And God being the supreme intelligence, he created things in nature for us to be able to clean with. So all of my products are non-toxic and safe, and you clean and you use them without the catch-22. And what I mean by the catch-22 is, you think that you're being clean, but the products that we use as a society have so many side effects to it. So you get a temporary clean, but it destroys something else. So all of my products are life-giving, and you don't compromise your health to use them. So this is a plant-based insect repellent. It does not have DEET. DEET is an ingredient that most insect repellents, commercial insect repellents, use to keep
Yes.
away mosquitoes, but DEET is also a carcinogen. So I've created a 3-in-1 here where it is a moisturizer, a very light moisturizer. It's also sunscreen, a natural sunscreen, because of course, you use sunscreen to block certain rays from the sun, but the side effects of that, uh, it's a
Right.
carcinogen as well, right?
Right.
And there is also essential oils in it that repel mosquitoes. So you have the 3-in-1 here where you get the effect of going to the beach with your family. You can put it on your children, you can put it on yourself, and you are protected from sun rays. You have the moisture you need to get a nice tan. And then you also don't have the annoyance of mosquitoes.
Wonderful. Oh wow. We are working to get these products out because this is science that we need in our households. We have too many of us generally in our community as well as, you know, in our nation that fall victim to what's on the market. Okay. So this is another one. Please tell us about this one.
So that is the Little Miss Earthly baby body oil. So
Mhm.
its uses are gentle enough for baby, but anyone can use them. And that is a moisturizer as well. And I want to say this because when you come into knowledge of all of the things that are harmful, sometimes it can make you feel helpless. So know that these alternatives are out there and you can gradually change it into a lifestyle. And that's what the brand is created on, for it to become a lifestyle of holistic all around. So this one has lavender in it in particular. And of course, we know that the essential oil of lavender is very calming. It can reduce the effects of anxiety. It puts baby to sleep. And so, what I have done is intentionally put essential oils in every product. So, when you're cleaning with the multi purpose cleaner, you smell the lavender, you smell the peppermint, which can relieve stress and it can relieve headaches. So, you're cleaning and it's calming you, but not at the expense
Wow.
of long term health effects.
Wow. Look at the science and look at the beauty of that. Oh my goodness. That is wonderful. From right from among us. And this is your last product. Could you tell us about this one?
Yes, so this is the infamous Little Miss Earthly plant-based multi-purpose cleaner. And all COVID, this kept my children and I safe in our home. This is what I've used, and I've been using it for 9 years. And I am a boy mom, so I want to put this disclaimer out there when you're teaching them to go to the potty on their own. It is great for taking out the smell of urine. Uh, that's probably the number one use that I used for at that time in my children's lives. But we use this for the everyday clean, stainless steel. We clean the bathrooms with the toilets. You can clean the carpet with it. You can detail the
Wow.
car with it. We
Wow.
have chickens, so we clean our chicken coop out with the plant-based cleaner, and it's literally a
Wow.
lifestyle thing. And in the 9 years that I have used it, it has just been a staple in our household. And I have some customers who have been with me. Sister Vivian Muhammad was on the podcast a few weeks back, and she is like my top customer. She buys it by the gallon, so she raves about it, and she's been using it for 9 years. And the parallel between Sister Vivian and my grandmother is that their cleaning styles are very parallel. But Sister Vivian, in using this product, and she uses it in her greenhouse as well, but she is not having the respiratory issues and the degradation of health at the expense of making sure that her home is pristine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. You froze for a minute. Okay. All right. Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, got you, because you froze as well.
Oh, okay.
Um, got you. But also, this product is used in daycare. So I do have some contracts where my daycare customers who are very eco-friendly and health conscious
Yes.
want it for the safety of their children. So it is a good product to use on sanitizing toys, or just a spray down when you're just walking through and you're trying to disinfect, or just, someone came coughing through the facility. You can spray it down and it does not choke you up.
Absolutely. Wow. This is incredible. Absolutely. This is incredible. Now let's go to our audience, because I know they have some questions for you. If nothing but just to give you some compliments and some gratitude and thanks. And before we move on, I want to do what they call like a station break, a station commercial. We want our Closing the Gap broadcast network to flourish. So we help each other. We don't get any contributions from the government. And there are several broadcasts within our network that bring quality information, truth, facts, healthy, good for you information. And you can't get that anywhere. So just donate to the Closing the Gap broadcast via PayPal by JKingdom1 at AOL, or Cash App at $ CTG broadcast, and Zelle at Closing the Gap broadcast at gmail.com. Okay. All right. And so let's go to some questions. I saw some questions here. So let's go to those. Okay. So here we are. What laundry, from our sister Sabrina Brown Muhammad, what laundry detergents would you all suggest? I currently use a plant-based Ecos. However, I personally like those Downy Unstoppables. Don't judge me. No, there's no judgment here. We just, like I tell patients, you come to me for advice. You come to me for your care. You come to me for recommendations. So, as your doctor and friend and partner in your own health, I give you what I know through experience and, of course, trial and error, even with my own self. I give you a well-rounded program. It's up to you to actually do what's in those recommendations. You're the owner of your own body, so you can do it or not. Same thing here. I believe Ecos, it is, now I must say, I have not looked deeply and researched Ecos, 7th generation, all of these that say that they are more plant-based and healthy. Okay. So just at first glance, Ecos appears to be okay. I do believe that it is definitely a step better, a step up from the toxic household cleaners that we've grown up with. Okay, a step or two up from there. The Downy Unstoppables, they have some of those toxic chemicals. I mean, what are they using as their fragrance? I can tell you it's not plant-based. So if that's what you want to use, and everything again is a cumulative effect. So you want to minimize any toxic burden from anything, whether it's household products, whether it's cosmetics, whether it's toiletries, whether it's your sprinkle on your carpet to freshen it when you do, when you vacuum your carpet, whether you're using shampoo. I mean, we can really get very detailed. If you want to do a consultation with somebody and you want to, somebody who knows this space, and say, I you know what, I just want to clean up. We can talk about healthy healthier fabrics. We can talk about healthier nail polish, dyes. I mean, we can get real technical here. Your water, of course, number one, what you're eating. So there is a lot. But as Sister Lakaya pointed out, to prevent you from getting overwhelmed, start something and try to do something every week. You know, some people may say, you know what, I'm going to do it every 3 days. Whatever your comfort level is, do something every week to help change behavior. And we know if you do anything for 21 days, you can forget it. You good. You've erased whatever that issue was. Okay. So that's what I would say, Sister Sabrina. Thank you for your question, and more, I'm sure, needed to hear that. And did you have any comment you'd like to make?
Yes, ma'am. May I give a little footnote, and no judgment at all, Sister Sabrina, because I know that, especially in the Black household, smelling good, like you got to smell good from your head to your toes. You're not clean if you don't smell clean. And so, unfortunately, the merchants of death have advertised a certain smell of cleanliness for us. So, as she said, the Ecos is a trusted brand right now, and maybe it's possibly the best that we have out there. And you know, there may be some other scientists right now developing something better. But the Downy Unstoppable, I would tell you to really research the fragrance in that, because they are hormone disruptors. And maybe if you see the side effects of what it's doing to your health at the cost of smelling good, it could make you make a gradual change. And then perhaps using some essential oil that smells good when you get to the rinse cycle where you would normally put the Downy in, possibly try essential oils that are natural and they can add that clean smell. Lavender is a very clean one. Pine needle, rosemary has a very clean smell. So possibly try that.
Very good advice, because I started doing that myself. I never really used the fabric softeners like that, but I was researching some other things for laundry, and that's what I found, and I do that. So that is a very good footnote or side note that you called it. Excellent. Okay, let's see who else we have here. Oh, we just have Sister Crystal X, and she just says, Assalamu alaikum. Okay.
Walaikum salam, madam.
And I just like to put out, as I mentioned, this is my contact information. I did mention if there are some of you out there who would like a thorough, comprehensive evaluation of household, those things that could possibly be causing a downside to your health, which is if it's household products, or if it's something in your environment that that you may be eating, that you may be taking in, that you may be putting on your skin. I would love to be able to assist you with that. And this is my information. I would prefer you to go to the website, Health at Its Best, and you can schedule a consultation there, or you can email me at where's my I was looking for my email the last time. I'm at Health at Its Best, the number 1 at gmail.com. Health at Its Best, the number 1 at gmail.com. Okay. All right. So let's see. Do we have any other comments? Okay. Yes, we do. Okay. So, oh, somebody said right now when he coughed. What happened? What was that? Okay, so I'm not sure what the first part of that comment was, Brother Yusuf Muhammad, but he said right when I coughed, laugh out loud. I don't know what that meant, but okay.
Look, probably getting your information as he coughs. So that was his sign that he should absolutely reach out to you.
Okay. All right, got it. Thank you for that clarity. Okay, Sister Ayana Abina. If the water is contaminated, can it dry out the skin on the face, possibly cause hyperpigmentation? And if so, What can we do to combat that? Yes, all of the above. It can cause all of the above and then some. It doesn't take much. If you just did a Google search on health effects of contaminated water, you would get a laundry list. And last year, I was really on a crusade. I was doing several broadcasts regarding clean water, water filtration systems. And that's, first of all, we were always taught to boil our water. So if you want cleaner water, you can boil the water. And if you live in an area where it's a lot of sediment, then you strain the sediment and then you have your cleaner water. And that's distillation in a nutshell. That's a simple form of distillation. You're distilling the water. It's good for most of you all who are listening to this and looking at this. It's a very simple thing that you can do. You can go to your local municipality. Even if you live in a suburb, go to that suburb and click on the website for water and get your water information. It will tell you what are the more prevalent contaminants in the water, if they have any. It gives you like a water analysis. You can get a water analysis, and you should be able to get that from your city's township or municipality. It's there. It's public information. I've searched it before. And then you'll know exactly what risks you're under based upon what's in the local water supply. So that's an easy way. And I would say the only way you combat it, I would say the economical way you can combat that is to boil your water. And then you put that in I know it's kind of, it's kind of laborious to always have a glass container or one of the BPA friendly containers, so that when then you still can't, even when you have those BPA free containers, you still can't fill those endlessly. There's still a limit to how much you can refill those. But you can keep that water in a jar or in a container and use that for your face in particular. Because of course the face, not only could it cause problems with the face, but you're inhaling. You have a nose that's on your face that you're inhaling some of that toxicity, giving you a respiratory issue. And especially if you're in an area where that problem may be a little bit more prevalent than others. So that's why it's important to know what's in your water locally, but boil it and then put it in a container and use it. I use bottled water. I use bottled water for my face. So, okay. I'm working on getting water filtration for the entire, you want it for your entire home. You can just put it and look, the water filtration systems for your entire home are not as expensive as you think they are. And that's another component. If you'd like information on that, you can please email me and I can give you specific information on that. Okay. All right. Any other comments? We have about 6 minutes for us to start winding down. If there are any other comments, please make them. And I'd like to give you an opportunity in case you have any other thoughts that you would like to share that will help us.
Yes, ma'am. So a footnote to what you said for Sister Ayana as well. I agree with what you said about the bottled water. And if you have glass containers, you can look at, I know that Whole Foods here in Indianapolis, we have it. It's called reverse osmosis water, or you can just get distilled water. And if you want to save that for your face, of course, like Dr. Patrice said, ultimately you want filtration for your whole home, for your body, but for the sake of your face, if you just wash with that reverse osmosis or distilled water, And then calendula oil is a very good essential oil, very light, very light. If you started to put that on your face, you would see some improvement. So those are my two quick recommendations. And then, of course, Dr. Patrice gave the overall lifestyle change, which is the goal, but sometimes it happens gradually. I did want to say where people could reach me. I am on
Oh, yes.
Instagram.
Oh, yes. I
at-
meant to. We were having those technical issues. I'm sorry, Sister Lakaya, because that's part of that that's part of that production, pre-program that we do prior to going on, is getting our guests, getting the contact information. So as you tell me, I will post it right now. Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. So, and no worries. We did have a glitch over here, so it worked out. So you can reach me on Instagram at Little Miss Earthly Clean, CLEAN. And that's an Instagram page, and that's the business page. And you can see more about the products. You can see some reviews and contact me there. You can also contact me at littlemissearthly@gmail.com.
Okay.
And we
On that
can,
first, and that's Instagram. I'm just putting your Instagram first because I have to put them separately. Okay, go ahead. So I got the one. Is this correct? Let me see. Let me put it out there. Is that correct? Little
yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Earthly Clean
Yes, ma'am. That's
Instagram.
correct.
Okay. And the other one is Little Miss Earthly at Gmail.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's just Little Miss Earthly at gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am. And the goal, I do ship across the US, but the goal for me is to get it into small mom and pop stores. It is at the Health and Beauty Bodega, which is at the Elephant Gardens here in Indianapolis for purchase. And I've had other partnerships with smaller stores. So if you want to email me about carrying the products inside of your unique store, you can do that there so that you can walk in and have products that support you, for you, made by you.
Absolutely. And we're going to be working on a vast marketing campaign so that we can ship out in the caseloads. We're working on production so we can ship out again in the caseloads. I know that we need this. You can contact her, you can contact me regarding the products so that we can get the products out. We're working on a vast plan. We're working on a major plan to get this across our nation. So everyone, we can relieve them of at least that component that ruins health, that poisons us. I would say, that it goes unawares. You're unaware that it's really doing this type of damage. And so that's why I had listed exactly those chemicals that are common in all cleaning products that are not labeled as plant-based. And regarding the water, Costco has their brand, their Kirkland brand, which is by reverse osmosis. So when they say reverse osmosis versus sodium chloride, they say sodium chloride 0 point something percent, less than this. But again, we're talking about a cumulative effect. So you're drinking this water that has sodium chloride, which is again chloride, like chlorine, chloride. It's in the same chemical pathway. Cumulatively, over time, hormone disruptors,
Yes.
especially the thyroid in particular. The thyroid takes a major hit from toxins and hormone disruptors, the thyroid. So you wonder why there's weight gain or why there may be some mood issues and, that type of thing, because, what we're exposed to, what's in our environment. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been a great education for me, as well as I'm sure it has been for our listening audience. So I'd like you to be able to make your final comment to the How to Save Lives viewers.
So thank you again for the opportunity, Dr. Patrice, and believing in the brand and knowing the seriousness of the time to have this out here. So again, I'm Sister Lakaya Muhammad, the owner and creator of Little Miss Earthly products, which are all plant-based products created with you in mind, that is safe for you, it's safe for nature, it's safe for children, asthmatics, and pets, and it works with your life to provide life and life more abundantly.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better. Thank you, thank you, thank you again for being a guest, for honoring us with your presence. And we will have you and Sister Vivian back again very soon, because I am on this crusade again. I get on these crusades where we have to get information to our people in general, but just overall, anyone who would listen, humanity, they need to know the benefit of products like this that can take away that component that could cause a cancerous tumor or a diagnosis. And at any time that we can do that, that is a very good thing, because there are so many things that could cause a problem. So every time we can take away any of them, that's a good day.
That's a good day.
That's
Yes,
a good
ma'am.
day. So join us on our next broadcast, everyone, which will be November the 6th. And I'm not sure what the title will be at this time. I have to wait and see where I'm guided, but we will definitely try to post it in enough time for you to arrange your schedules, because we appreciate your time and we're very respectful of your time. So that's why we try our best to bring you quality information that can help save lives. Thank you again. Good night, everyone. Greetings, blessings, peace, and love. Here we go. Okay, here we go, our outro. Uh-oh.
This house is dedicated to knowledge and to the spreading of knowledge. Elijah Muhammad inspired new thought, new mind, new way of civilization among black people. But he wanted a house from which a light could be lifted up to give guidance to all who would be guided as this world begins to close down. This National Center for the re-education and retraining of the black man and woman, but for the totality of the human family of our planet. I named this mosque after the only woman that the Quran names a chapter after, the mother of Jesus, Maryam. All human beings need to be re-educated. That is the purpose of the National Center. This house is dedicated to knowledge and to the spreading of knowledge.